There is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. What we face is a human crisis, not a religious one. Ishaq. Who be Ishaq? According to Vanguard News, the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, NSCIA, has dismissed allegations by the United States and some Western groups claiming that Christians are facing genocide in Nigeria. The council describes such accusations as baseless, politically motivated, and harmful to the nation's unity. Addressing journalists in Abuja on Sunday, the NSCIA Secretary General, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, stated that the position followed a meeting of the Council's General Purpose Committee, which examined recent developments in security and diplomacy affecting the country. Oloyede explained that the NSCIA, representing all Islamic bodies in Nigeria, had resolved to denounce any external attempt to frame Nigeria's multifaceted security challenges as a religious conflict. We have not been highlighting the minds of Muslims, not because we are unaware that they are being biased, but because we do not interpret the situation as a religious confrontation. It is a national security problem, not a religious one. Oloyede clarified. They clarify rubbish. He cautioned that some Western actors, including certain American evangelical circles and far-right politicians, were deliberately distorting information. They are distorting information. People that have done their findings, you say they are distorting information. It must be a joker to paint Nigeria as a nation persecuting Christians, thereby creating grounds for external interference. The NSCIA chief added that several media narratives in the West, especially in the United States, have contributed to misleading impressions among top officials that Christians were being targeted for extermination in Nigeria. That is what it is. It is regrettable that US President Donald Trump and some of his associates have been misinformed. He was not misinformed, though. They've done their findings. They have done their findings. So don't say what you don't know. Misinformed, go. To describe Nigeria as a site of religious genocide, such rhetoric is reckless and unjust and undermines the ongoing struggle of a sovereign nation against terrorism, Oloyede said. According to the Council, Nigeria's internal crisis stems from poverty, joblessness, climate change, and widespread criminality rather than religion. The NSCIA referred to findings from international organizations like Amnesty International and the International Crisis Group, which attributes the violence in the northern and central regions to desertification, population displacement, and resource-based competition. This is not a holy war. It's a struggle for survival. People are migrating and fighting over scarce resources because of environmental collapse, poverty, and criminal exploitation, he emphasized. Oloyede accused certain foreign-sponsored lobbyists and separatist sympathizers of using Nigeria's security situation for personal and political profits. These lobbyists bombard Washington with edited videos and falsified data, exaggerating figures of Christian casualties to promote claims of religious persecution for asylum, funding, and publicity. Such actions betray the integrity of our nations, he alleged. He further claimed that many of these narratives were pushed by US-based Christians organizations seeking to energize their follower by portraying Nigeria as a hostile environment for Christianity, while disregarding the similar suffering endured by Muslim and other groups. And you did not speak out now. If you are suffering, if you are enduring problems, you to speak out. I bet your mouth paining you. The NSI also condemned the US State Department's recent decision to reclassify Nigeria as a CPC for alleged religious violation, describing it as a politically motivated move aimed at coercing Nigeria for its independence policy decision. Which independence? This man does not know what he's saying, I beg. Oloyede questioned the timing of the designation, observing that it came shortly after Nigeria restated its support for a two-state solution and the rights of Palestinians during the United Nations General Assembly. He alleged that the genocide narrative is being promoted by far-right and pro-Israeli interests, whose goal is to divert attention from the real atrocities in Gaza and to punish Nigeria for siding with justice and international law. The Council reiterated that Nigeria's foreign relations with countries such as China and Saudi Arabia were based on mutual interests, not religious considerations, and should not be misinterpreted by Western powers. Since independence, Nigeria has pursued a non-aligned foreign policy guided by national interest. Our international partnerships are legitimate and must never be used as excuses for destabilization, Oloyede maintained. Responding to calls for the abolition of Sharia law, the NSIA emphasized that Nigerian Constitution recognizes 3 parallel legal systems: common law, customary law, and Sharia law. For what? For what? Each applicable to his respective adherent. This man is also a terrorist. Ishaq Abikilonje. It is illogical to demand the removal of Sharia before Nigeria gains international acceptance. Sharia applies strictly to Muslims, but people are trying to make it apply to everybody. That's what people are trying to do. Just as Christian marriage law applies to Christians. Which Christian marriage laws? This is both constitutional and equitable, Oloyede said. Reaffirming its decision to national peace and cohesion, the NSIA called on both Muslims and Christians to resist external manipulation. We are not going to resist though. And work together. Work together for what? In addressing insecurity and poverty since 2009. And we did not work together. Now somebody wants to help us. It is not that you are not saying we should work together. We are not working together. We are not working together. We say to our Christian brothers and sisters, you are not our foes. We all suffer from poor governance and criminal insurgency that spares no group. Oloyede stated. Baba, you don't know what you are saying. Come and sit down. You don't know what you are saying. True partnership must be founded on collaboration and respect. No nation has the right to invade or impose its will on Nigeria under the pretext of religious protection, he warned. The NSIA appealed to global stakeholders to reject the divisive narrative and back Nigeria's efforts to enhance security, rebuild trust among communities, and safeguard all citizens regardless of faith. We cannot trust anybody again. We cannot trust anybody again. We don't trust tire. What has it benefited us? I beg. But I am saying, try tell Trump first. Okewale says Oloyede is one of the bandit leader, obviously. Yusuf Salami says this person must be checked. Maybe you are from Togo or you have benefits from the buyings. He's obviously one of them. Kevin Ibope says they are afraid of US coming. Evil men, evil. Abiodun Bero says these people don't mind buying 1 million people of their own faith in order to exterminate others of others' faith under the guise that it's not only Muslims that have been buying. Yes, now they can do that. They can definitely do that. They said, Oloyede, you, your family, and all sponsors of buying of Christians in Nigeria will buy a miserable debt and shameful debt. Yes, amen. Clement says, you will talk like that now because you brought those terrorists. What does Boko Haram represent? What does the ISWAP represent? What does the Fulani jihadists represent? To name but a few. No one should deceive Nigerians though. Yaya Mogi says, by the time you stop deceiving yourselves, there may be no Nigeria left to save. When your sons began slaughtering Christians, you kept silent. Now those same buyers have turned on you. You are not talking rubbish. I beg. At this time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.